What if I told a statistician saved millions of dollars and hundreds of lives during the World War II? Watch till the end and you know I'm not talking rubbish. In 1943, at the height of the World War II, everyday American bombers returned to the England riddled with bullet holes. Now, what the engineers did, they laid out the maps of every damaged aircraft and they reached what seemed like an obvious solution. Let's add the armor where most of the bullet holes are. But the problem was that's exactly the wrong answer. These military could not simply cover the entire plane in the armor, okay? So the armor made aircraft heavier, slower, and less fuel efficient. And every kilogram had to count. So what they did, they went to a team of statisticians at Columbia University to solve this problem. And one of them was Abraham Wald. Wald looked at the exact same bullet hole maps as everyone else did. And he said, you are actually looking at the wrong airplanes. Everyone else had been studying the planes that actually came back home. However, Wald asked a different question. He asked, what about the planes that actually never made it back? He said, look closely at the surviving aircraft. The wings had bullet holes, the tail had bullet holes, and even the fuselage had a lot of bullet holes. And yet those planes still came back. That meant those areas could survive being hit. The planes that were struck in truly critical places like the engines or the cockpits actually never made it back to the England. So they weren't missing from the battlefields, they were missing from the data. So the safest places to add the armor were the places with the fewest bullet holes, because those were the hits that surviving planes almost never experienced. One insight completely changed how military aircraft were protected. And this gave the world one of the most important and famous lessons in statistics. Before I reveal the concept that affects your everyday life, follow Beyond Numbers with Rishti for more such interesting and concepts made simple stories. This is called the survivorship bias. We focus on the winners because they are the only ones you can see. Think about it like this. Successful entrepreneurs, right? You will hear stories about dropping out of college, taking huge risks, or even working 18 hours a day. And yet you will see a lot of people making the exact same choices, but they fail, right? This is because the successful people and the successes leave evidence. However, failure disappears. So next time if someone says you that you can become successful by just copying what successful people did, ask them this one question. What about the missing bullet holes? And show them this video.